You can't make this sort of stuff up. Yesterday, I got in the new Sienna. On the left is my old Sienna. It's a 2013, only has 40,000 miles. Pretty excited to have this in the family unit. But the new Sienna is pretty amazing. It's hybrid, tons of fuel economy, great safety features. Looks pretty cool as well. And then just today, so a day after we took this picture, here's Toyota's Simon Humphrey doing the exact same pose in front of the all-new Alphard and Vellfire. Today, we're going to break down these new luxury MPVs or minivans from Toyota, and they are quite amazing. We actually knew that their arrival had to be soon because the Lexus LM was just revealed a few months back at the Shanghai Motor Show and isn't that much different overall than what we have in the Vellfire and Alphard. Now, these vans have been produced since the early 2000s. We've never got them in North America that I'm aware of, more specifically the United States and Canada, because we'll talk about this car reaching out to more countries in a little bit. Our MPV in America is the Sienna, which I just talked about. This thing, though, is on another level of class, luxury, and build quality. All right, so here, let's go ahead and start with prices as well. If this were to come to America, would it cost this? No, it probably cost more, but it starts at about 40,000 US dollars and tops out, at least for the Alphard, about $61,000. You know, it's not that much more than the Sienna is now, especially with markups. So the base models will come in with just a gasoline engine with a CVT. You can actually get it in four-wheel drive, so it'll have a mechanical linkage to the rear wheels. But then it also gets the same hybrid powertrain that we have in the Sienna, which is either front-wheel drive like the one I have or a four-wheel drive with electric motor in the back. And that's about 245 horsepower and gets you 36 miles per gallon. But the Alphard and Vellfire are a little bit more chunky and heavier. So, you know, maybe low 30s miles per gallon. But for the Japanese cycle, it's different testing anyways. All right. For now, the hybrid also continues in for the executive lounge. But Toyota also confirmed that there's a plug-in hybrid coming for the Alphard and Vellfire. You know how fired up when I heard that? Because I've been asking for a plug-in hybrid Sienna ever since the new Sienna came out. And yeah, the Alphard and Vellfire will be getting that plug-in hybrid with easily over 300 horsepower like we see in the RAV4 Prime, for example. It looks like they have some base models maybe sent to cab companies because they come in at a much cheaper price here. And they only have one grade where the seats, you know, tilt and lift up, where I don't think you have that sort of customization here. Vellfire is significantly more expensive starting out. So starting about $46,000, and then it tops off around $62,000. Now, base sales volume for Japan is quite high, 8,500 units per month, which is about 100,000 a year, and the split is going to be 70 for the Alphard and 30% for the Vellfire. So 8,500 a month, that's a lot. I think that's more units than they're actually allocating to Japan for the Prius, for example, especially the Prius Prime. It is actually built in the Toyota Auto Body plant, not too far from, let's say, the 300 series or the LX. So it has, you know, elite level build quality to it as well. Okay, so I took some screenings of the presentation by Simon Humphreys here, and he said that the new Alphard and Vellfire have 1/3 of the NVH, 1/3 compared to the current Alphard. So elite level luxury here. I wouldn't, honestly, what's the difference between this and the Lexus model? Obviously, there are some differences on the insides we'll talk about in a little bit. But in terms of build quality, NVH, they're probably identical. Now, what's interesting is he said they're going to be doubling the amount of markets that the Alphard and Vellfire are available in. And if you look how in the Caribbean, there's even a hot spot in Bermuda for this thing. So the Caribbean and, you know, Central America love their Alphard and Vellfire. And unfortunately, is this Cuba? Are they saying even in Cuba they get this? I don't believe that. But we know it's huge in Asia. We know it's big in Southeast Asia. And it's just going to continue. I mean, don't be surprised, Oceania, Australia, or New Zealand, that you guys might be getting this. That's pretty exciting. Would we see it in the United States? And the answer is no. There's not a snowball's chance for the Alphard and Vellfire to come here because we have the Sienna. But that doesn't rule out the possibility of the Lexus LM coming here. It would be a better market for it. And it's also left-hand drive because they sell it in China. So I think that would be amazing. And you got to keep in mind, for the Japanese market, Toyota is like number one. And then Lexus is like a whatever. No one cares about Lexus over there. It's kind of a joke. So maybe we get the LM for the United States. Maybe as a plug-in hybrid, that would be pretty epic, or a battery electric variant. But it coming with just 250 horsepower is not satisfactory. There's that plug-in hybrid screen. And then they're talking about, well, you can ride in luxury VIP style in the new vans, or the upcoming Crown with either a hybrid or fuel cell. But then he teases the Century SUV. The Century SUV is supposed to use the same plug-in hybrid V6 powertrain that we see in the 550h Plus TX. That'll be coming winter this year. I'll just say that. So 400 horsepower in this Century SUV, and you can tell it's an SUV just from how big these windows. It looks like a Bentley Bentayga or a Rolls-Royce Cullinan, and it would be freaking incredible if they brought this to the United States badged as a Lexus. It's been too long and unacceptable, in my opinion, that Toyota has a vehicle above the Lexus brand that is not available in the United States. So bring the Century SUV here. The Crown SUV is probably coming as well, the Crown Sport, but that's a different topic altogether. But yes, bring the Century SUV here, and we'll be just tickled to have more options under the Lexus marquee. So let's talk about exterior design. I'm getting Palisade refresh going on, especially with these illuminated pieces going underneath the triple beam LED headlights, which is Lexus quality. I also think that the swoopy zigzag nature here is completely over the top and ridiculous, and I just want big flat windows. If we look at the LM, for example, its window lines are much cleaner and more desirable, in my opinion. And the LM's grille looks a lot better than this frumpy Alphard grille. Let me know what you guys think. Would you pick the Lexus LM? Now, this also has the Hybrid Max powertrain with the e-axle in the back and 366 horsepower, which the Alphard and Vellfire do not get. But yeah, I'd be taking the Lexus LM every day of the week compared to the Alphard. The back of it, it's kind of like this winged bird design with the taillights. I'm not a big fan. Executive lounge. This looks like an old Lexus color, to be honest, something you see on a 2010 RX rolling around. Interesting, they don't say all-wheel drive, they say E4. That's kind of neat. And then because of the electric motor in the back on the hybrid. And then you have the Beyond Zero logo here with the HEV, letting you know it's a hybrid. Interiors on these things are better than just about any Lexus that we have in America, which doesn't sit well with me either, especially after the recent introduction of the GX and TX. Those interiors fell flat, in my opinion. And then you have these minivans that are going to cost a lot of money, but honestly, so is the GX and TX, and we don't have this sort of attention to detail and design going on. And look, they put it inside the steering wheel like they should. So we have a 14-inch screen like a Lexus. Look at the knobs. They're just like a Lexus. You have JBL in here, center volume knob. This is taken straight out of a Lexus RX, for example, or the new GX. Hybrid shifter here, a couple USBs. I can't tell what this is. This might be for towing. I honestly don't know what this is down here. If you guys know what's going on with this piece, it looks like a floppy disk drive. Let me know down below. And then we also have the customizable steering wheel. That means we have the large head-up display that we see in the NX and RX. You also have a fully digital 12-inch screen behind this amazing looking steering wheel. All right, you have seat for 7 in here. And these captain chairs are literally looking like they're taken straight out of a high-end movie theater. Absolutely amazing. And look at this nice light interior with the two-tone going on. Nice beige seats with the brown dash, the brown wood. And the cream headliner looks pretty good as well. There's those beige seats looking awesome. It looks better in white than it did in that tan color, absolutely. Now, look, this is not the executive lounge here. This is just like more of a base model. It is not even a hybrid. So this has the 2.5 liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder engine. The interior still looks great. No, it doesn't have like those wood accents, but it still looks really, really nice in here. The stitching looks good. You got this bronze accent that looks like it's taken out of the Crown or the Mirai, and even have those accents on the rear vents as well. Looks pretty awesome. You'll have the gold trim seats in here. Looks pretty badass. Here it is in black. Looks like a Vellfire to me, but this is still the Alphard. And we're just going to go through a little bit quicker here since I want to get to the Vellfire, since the Vellfire speaks to me a little bit more. But the black interior here looks pretty good. You got the different ornamentation here with the trim, and you can see these little tablets here that customize the interior complete overkill in a vehicle like this. Here's the Dynamic Force A25A FXS engine. Here's the 2AR 2.5 liter engine for the base model. There's that lovely gold color. I think we are still on the Alphard. This interior looks almost identical to what we have in the Lexus LM. The Lexus LM will separate you on the high-end trims. It also removes the third row so you can recline more. You have swiveling seats. That's pretty badass. Now, look, okay, so we have a smaller screen here. Look how dorky this is, but at least they give it that nice attention to detail. They give it a nice wrapping on the outside, but this looks really dorky with this. It looks like an 8-inch screen to me, but hey, I would happily take that if this van was only offered in here in North America. You have all these controls here for the van or the seat that swivels out, it looks like. And we have this fake carbon fiber-ish trim here on the base model. I think it looks pretty cool. Now, this is more of a suede insert here instead of the leather. It's a cheaper option for sure. Look at the Vellfire, guys. Look at these darker wheels, the more shredder-like front end to it. The Vellfire to me has always been the better looking of the two. And I guess, I mean, they said that 30% of Vellfire buyers are 30 years old or younger, which is absolutely insane. I mean, there's a lot of young people in Japan making a lot of money, I guess, buying these Vellfires. The interior looks identical than what we just saw in the Alphard. But this color, this like kind of a dark orange, looks pretty cool. We saw similar colors on the Land Cruiser 300 series. And here's a completely murdered out model with even the window trim murdered out. You have the Vellfire logo there on the B pillar. Looks excellent. Even from the back, looks pretty cool. Blacked out on the inside, no surprise. Let's just keep going through. Now, for the Vellfire, though, they actually get the turbo setup. So they're taking the 2.4 liter turbo, and you can get in front wheel drive or all wheel drive. There is no option of the 2.5 naturally aspirated base engine, and that's why the base cost is so much more. And then there's also the hybrid setup in here as well. Not the plug-in hybrid yet. Hopefully it'll get that. But there's a Vellfire looking pretty sick. I like want to get this to America and like slam it. I think it would look amazing, but it would kill the ride quality. And it's not a van meant for families anyways. It's meant for chauffeuring adults around, and that's why the Sienna is just better fit for our market. But if this was available as a Lexus car in the United States, it would crush it. No one else has anything like this, and Lexus would have that market to itself, regardless if they sell a lot or not. Like, it would be one little niche for Lexus in the United States to have a van like this where no one else is coming close. You have a little ambient lighting on the top. Yellow is not a good choice, I guess. Yellow maybe shows up better on black for some reason. You see all these crazy vents up above, all the additional sunroof controls, sunshade controls everywhere. Here's your climate control. It is just an absolute luxury experience. And you can press one button and the shades come down in here. The roof blocks out as well with the top sunshades. It's impressive. Here is the little tablet in here. So each passenger in the captain's chairs in the second row have this tablet where they can customize their experience, and it pops out. It almost looks like a phone, right? Looks just like a phone. That's what they're going for here because people are familiar with that, and then they can use these touch panels as a mobile device instead of having a fixed touch panel like we have on the LS, for example. It's pretty cool. I don't know very many people who are doing that, if any. Heated and ventilated seats. It also has memory seats back there. Pretty cool. Maybe that's a heated and ventilation going on. Maybe, do you have heated armrests? Is that what I'm seeing here? That would be pretty cool. Maybe massaging function. I don't know what these colors are, but this might be a massaging function back there. You can fold down the back. Why would you want to fold down the front seats here? I don't know why they show that, but I get the back seats, but maybe like if you fold down this passenger seat, then you can put your legs up here. I'm not quite sure. Let me know down below. You fold down the back seats. They're actually jump seats, like an old Lexus LX and GX, for example. They fold to the side. They're probably too nice and too like sturdy to fold flat into the floor. So that's kind of cool. All the different configurations there. Here's the illuminated grille portion, like the Palisade Refresh, for example. It's like or even you could say the Tucson has something similar, as well as the Santa Cruz. So nothing like we haven't seen before, to be honest. So I want to end here with dreaming about the Lexus variant of this coming to the United States. The Sienna doesn't cut it in terms of build quality and luxury, in order for them to offer a high-end MPV here. And you might be saying, Kirk, well, Grand Highlander doesn't do that as well. Well, that's a different discussion as well compared to the TX. But I honestly think this van should come to the United States. Look at this super wide screen here. You're going to have that champagne cooler there. You got the herringbone wood above. Like, people would be paying a lot of money for this in America to bring VIPs around, to bring your other rich friends around golfing. You can take them. It would just be an absolutely amazing experience. So I can dream. I'll see you guys down below. Do you wish any of these three vans based off the Alphard would be available here in the United States? Bring on the Lexus LM. And before I wrap this up and send you guys out, just wanted to share this bad boy right here. The Vellfire is getting the GR parts treatment. Check out these sick wheels. We get this blacked out grille. You also have the window covers here. You get this additional lip on the bottom with a little GR badge. You get a full on body kit here. Like, this is a one you would want to slam. This thing looks amazing. And you even got a dual exhaust tip here. The rest of them don't even have a visible exhaust. Blacked out window surrounds, blacked out rear taillight area looks amazing. You can get the GR performance dampers, which are sourced typically from Yamaha, and they actually go underneath of the captain's chairs, if I'm seeing this right. So the captain's chairs get a little bit more rigidity. So when you're getting thrown around, you know, the mountains around Mount Fuji, you're going to be sitting tight in place. Then you have additional braces on the underbody as well. You have door stabilizers and a GR brace set. That is cool. You get these 20-inch two-tone wheels going on. I mean, I don't think they're amazing. I wish they're all blacked out, to be honest. There's your visors, carbon fiber, GR branded license plate holder, GR door handle protectors in carbon fiber. That's pretty cool. So I just want to show the Japanese market's insane for these vans, these MPVs. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. A lot of Toyota stuff coming by the end of this year, as well as Lexus. So catch you in the next one. Smash the like button if you enjoyed this video, and have a great day. Peace.